Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to all signs. Who's coming towards you this week and their hidden feelings for you. So it's the same thing, just different wording. All right, we have a great week. We're moving towards the new moon in Sagittarius. So we're in the Scorpio moon right now, and Mars just went to Capricorn. So let's see this week. Let's see how it goes with the energies. I'm also live. I'm going live on TikTok. So I'm going to start that right now. This is the first time. I don't know who has TikTok or who's following me, but if you could let me know if I am live. And I think I'm live with TikTok. All right. So this is new, and I'll do my best not to get distracted between the two. But hello, TikTok. I am Frankie. I am on YouTube right now, doing full All Signs YouTube. But I'm also doing it for you. So I will check in. This is my first time. So show me some love and grace, as I do want to come on more often. All right. So make sure you're coming in. You are giving me your sign and your who you cross watching and where you're from, because believe it or not, your energy helps the readings. All right, and I will have the timestamps up after the live. All right, so and also if you're coming in late, you can find that some people know the timestamp, so you can just ask in the chat room. I will be doing live paid mini readings today this afternoon around 4:30. If you guys are interested, you can always check in with that. Hello, Monica. Hello, Lisa. April, Angel. Hello. And so I'm glad you guys are all here. I am going to get started at Aries at 2:22, like I always do. So happy holidays to everybody. I'm just trying to stay watching from France. Hell yeah. Siobhan. All right. All right, TikTok. So this is new for me. So let's go. Let's go. Aries. Aries, 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 Aries. We're looking at who's coming towards my Aries this week. What's their deal? What do they want with this connection? Their feelings for you and how they view you. Plus, TikTok. I do go through Aries through Pisces for each zodiac sign so that you can get a little rundown of what to expect from the person on your mind. Now, the overall energy is the Ten of Cups. So we are seeing a very good outcome. Right. So this does tell me what to expect. It seems like being together with people you care about. This could be somebody that feels like family to you. You could have a surprise this week with somebody who is in your family, or somebody who knows your family might actually be interested in you. So stay open to the possibilities of these kind of random things happening in your life. Do you see being together with somebody though that you really care about? So get in that happily ever after that this Ten of Cups does bring. So the person that is coming towards you, all right. And now I have the Hanged Man, and what is their deal? I see the High Priestess. So this has been somebody that has been quiet with you for quite some time, Aries. It feels like maybe they didn't know which direction or what to say, what to do. I do have an energy here with the Hanged Man and the High Priestess of somebody who's been observing you, somebody who's been keeping tabs with you, somebody who is very interested in you and feels a strong connection. All right, something has been keeping them silent though, and held back. So you may have been like, I thought something was over. I thought this person wasn't interested, or I just feel like, things were going nowhere. But it looks like you have somebody here that just can't keep their mind or eyes off you. They feel like something has not been said between the two of you. So you have a lot of major arcana showing up with the person that's on your mind. You have a Pisces energy, very strong, and you also have a Cancerian energy showing up. So what are their feelings for you? And I have the Five of Pentacles. All right. So this is somebody here that could feel like they've let you down at some point. All right, the Five of Pentacles, not giving you what you want, right? Or making you think that they weren't interested in you is this Five of Pentacles energy. How do they view you and what do they want from this connection? I have the Wheel of Fortune and I have the Five of Cups. All right, somebody wants to turn something around with you. All right. I don't know what that is. Somebody wants to turn things around with you with this Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. You know, somebody feels bad for something that's happened in the past, right? They feel like they may have left you thinking you did something wrong and it's been weighing on them. So, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's dealing with their consequences. They're dealing with, I didn't think this was going to feel this way. I don't like feeling, incomplete, or I feel sad about how I left the situation. Or but even if I didn't say what I really meant to say, I feel like I just let myself down. I disappointed Aries at the same time. So I am really getting this energy, Aries, of somebody really wanting to be around you. And they're definitely missing you and really reminiscing or ruminating over what happened between the two of you. You have a lot of fives showing up here with the Wheel of Fortune. So this does tell me a challenge. It tells me a lesson. It tells me that, we're focused, where both of you are focusing on, nobody's feeling good. And we're focusing on the worst case scenario that can happen. Right? We're not looking at the positive here. To be honest with you, you both are struggling with not being near each other. All right, so their next actions towards you, Aries, I see the Page of Cups. All right, so we're seeing loving messages come in. This is somebody that has more than just lust for you. Okay, this is somebody that has had time to really, I got pine over you or think about you, and they have love for you. This is my I love you, I miss you, an apology type of energy as well. So this is to me receiving messages this week with somebody here that has feelings for you, maybe an offer. This can be a new beginning. We do have that new moon in Sag. All right. Hello, guys. I see everybody coming in. All right. So, messages for Aries this week. What does Spirit want you to know? The Two of Pentacles. All right. Maybe you got something else going on. I don't know, but you may this week be questioning, where things are going. You might be seeing things different with this Two of Pentacles. It could be a surprise for you. I wasn't planning on making these plans. I didn't know. But it does look like plans are changing for you this week. So for whoever this is for, you may be going one way and thinking things are going to be a certain way. And this is one of these weeks where somebody comes in and switches up your plans, right? Says, well, I'm here and let's make plans to get together. So you could be discussing feelings this week. I will look at Aries through Pisces for you, and I will see each zodiac sign to see any other message Spirit may have for you. Hello, TikTok. I see you guys all coming in. All right. Aries, tell me which sign you're here for. I'm going through Aries through Pisces. So, Aries, you're seeing clear communication, all right, with another Aries. This is a breakthrough moment. And this is also for you this week, too. So, you're getting that communication, you're getting that breakthrough moment. You're hearing from the person that's on your mind, all right, and you're getting their truth. So let that land though, because some of you, that when the truth comes in, the truth isn't always what you want it to be, but you're definitely getting clarity. With Taurus, I'm seeing Four of Swords. So Taurus definitely could still be a little bit quiet this week. If you get conversation, it may be slow but steady. I do see somebody who's had time to think. If you've been in no contact, like I said, the person I'm picking up on today is somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, or they just are quiet around you or have gone quiet. So Taurus could be one of those that have gone quiet on you and still contemplating on what to say. Gemini, I see the Knight of Cups. So Gemini's not letting anything hold them back. I'm seeing love messages come in. This is somebody who's very fond of you. You have more than just a crush here. You have somebody who you stole their heart, all right? They're in love with you. So this is an invitation, maybe romantic dinner, get together, something poetic, right? And Cancer. I see the Eight of Swords. So, you have a Cancer here that's not feeling too good. All right. It's like something that was said between the two of you is still weighing on them. They have doubts that you'll be able to get over or forgive them. All right. But regardless of this, you're getting messages this week. It could be mixed messages with your Cancer, right? Partly because they're not sure if you trust them anymore. Leo, I see love from a Leo. You and Leo on the same page this week. It feels like you guys have your eyes on each other. You definitely want to connect more with each other. You may pass most emotional messages this week. This is the beginning of a relationship with you and Leo, or a new chapter for some of you. Virgo, Eight of Cups. So Virgo may be still ignoring, but having a hard time moving on. All right, this is, we are maybe not good for each other. We've hurt each other in the past, or they're at a distance. They moved too quickly and they traveled and they left a situation unfinished. So they're having a hard time moving on. You may still feel like there's distance between you and a Virgo. And if you are getting conversation, it could be slow to come in too as well. Libra, I see Three of Cups. Libra wanting to get together, reunite, celebrate, hang out, whatever you want to do, but we want to have fun. All right, Libra wants to have fun with you. Three of Cups is a beautiful energy of celebration. So hanging out, going to a party. Scorpio, things are weighing on a Scorpio. It's not feeling good for them either. It looks like they're giving in to the situation, and it's too hard to stay away. It's too hard not to deal with things. It's just really weighing on them, and they want to get past whatever you guys are going through. Sagittarius, I see Six of Pentacles. Sag making a solid offer this week. A very generous offer, giving you what you want, giving you more effort, more attention. Capricorn, I see Ace of Wands. So you have a Capricorn communication. They got you on their mind, very passionate about you. So it looks like they want to start things up with you this week, or start things up again. Aquarius, I see Knight of Swords. So this one could take you by surprise. You have an Aquarius here, has got something to say. If they're defending themselves, or they may be a little bit defensive, but they're willing to come in and battle this out. All right, so you have communication coming in with an Aquarius that could change things around quickly. And Pisces, I see the Nine of Swords. So Pisces, it's weighing on Pisces, whatever was said or happened between the two of you. They're feeling a lot of regret, right? And it feels like they want forgiveness. So this week you could get a conversation with Pisces wanting forgiveness. All right. Hello, I do not know what to do with this TikTok thing. It might be hello, Caitlin. Hello, Bill. Make sure as you guys are coming in on TikTok that you tell me your sign that you're here for. I am live on YouTube right now. I can't even see what's going on. All right, so Taurus at 13. All right, let's see. Whoop. Get these cards up. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Who's coming towards Taurus? All right, Taurus. All right. All right, Taurus, who's coming towards you? What are their feelings for you? Let's see what they're up to. Taurus, Taurus. All right, you have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So we are seeing here somebody with purpose, right? Somebody who moves quick. Air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You're seeing this person can be very defensive at times too. They may be quick to make decisions, say things, and then rethink about it. It's like maybe I said something too smart. Maybe I, thought I was right about something, but I was wrong. So it is somebody, turning things around quite, quickly. All right. And this person may realize too that they just say things impulsively and they make a lot of, quick decisions and regret it afterwards. So put their foot in their mouth afterwards, right? Why did I say that? Or just restless energy. And, this is somebody that wants to clear something up. Now, I see the Ten of Swords. So this could be somebody here that ended something abruptly with you, or things ended abruptly between the two of you. And that's why this person wants to come back. It seems like maybe I made a decision, a choice that I wasn't ready for it. I thought it was over. I thought that we could do this, but I'm feeling like, something's not complete. So that's the energy I'm picking up on. Let's look at your person and what's the deal. I have an Ace of Cups here for your person. So you definitely have a space, a place in this person's heart. And without you, it's they know it, all right? So there's an empty hole that nobody else can fill. So that's good news, right? You guys are going through a separation or whatever. Nobody's going to be able to be Taurus. Nobody's going to fill this spot. So I do see somebody here that wants to reconcile with you. Somebody wants to give this a go. Now, it could even be somebody that you've been interested in and they are leaving abruptly a relationship and they're coming towards you. Because the Ten of Swords, if you haven't broken up with this person, that's showing that they are leaving a situation to come towards you. They're making a quick decision. All right, and I see the Ace of Cups. This is somebody that has love for you. This is definitely not just lust. All right, so they're challenged though. You get the Five of Pentacles here. What's the deal? They're struggling with separation. They're struggling without being around you. They're struggling not talking to you. All right, they want to reconcile a situation. It feels like they've kept you distant. They made a decision. They weren't letting you in. They weren't letting you always know what was going on behind the scenes, or vice versa. Remember, it can go either way. But the problem is this person's stuck on you, and it feels worse. Whatever's happened between the two of you, if there's distance, it feels worse than being together with you. Now, this is also somebody here that could be struggling behind the scenes financially or with the separation that's going on, and it is really taking a toll on them. All right. So, how do they feel about you? I see the Star card. So, you're their light after the Tower. You're the one that gives them hope. All right. This is an Aquarius energy. And I'm seeing that this person has hope that you guys will somehow land together. You will be together in the future. So if this person's going through some major life crisis or change or divorce or breakup, all right, the Star card comes right after that. This is somebody who's saying, Taurus, I choose you and this is what I'm going to do. So this week, you have Uranus. I think the moon conjunct Uranus um, at some point. Maybe I'm going ahead of myself, right? But there's going to be a moment where you just feel this, it's unexpected that happens with this energy. So expect the unexpected from your person this week. You are the star to them. You're the one that they're attracted to. You're the one they desire. All right. And let's see how they view you, the Fool card. All right. So they may feel like you're doing your own thing or you're trying to break free from some place. I get that they feel like you would be a lot happier if you did leave somewhere. You see this home up here. It does feel like maybe you're coming, they're viewing you as somebody who's coming from a place and you're doing your own thing and you're happy and you're content and ready for a new beginning. Right. So this person knows that because they're viewing you like the fool, like you don't care. You're just like, let's just go. I don't care how things are going to be. I don't care how hard things will be. I'm good to go. And I want to see, our journey together. Right. So this is somebody that really wants to build a home with you as well. And they see you as their new beginning. You have this amazing major arcana here. All right. So what do they want there in the actions towards you? I see the Eight of Wands. They want passion with you. They want things to speed up with you. They want more movement with you. You really get to this person. They really care about you, but it seems like the process is moving too slow. It feels like I need excitement. I need things to happen. And this could be why your person is making a huge decision to focus on what's important to them this week and their purpose of this relationship with you. So you are getting a very fast energy this week with this Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, where somebody is like, I ain't messing around anymore. I'm coming in. I want to speak my truth. I want this to happen. I want us to move forward. And there's an extreme shift in energy for you. Right, so if you've been feeling stagnant, or even the Five of Pentacles for you, feeling lost without somebody, it looks like that's going to turn around. You have messages just, blowing up your phone. All right, what does Spirit want you to know? And then I'll go through Aries through Pisces. I see the Eight of Cups, right? Somebody did not move on from you. Somebody's moving on from unhealthy situations. All right, they may have, this can indicate too, somebody had other options, or they just weren't sure. They couldn't make a decision. And it might have made you feel like, you don't choose me. Does this person not choose you? And they do choose you. So you're seeing this energy of somebody who may have made you feel insecure at one point, right? But this person wants to move forward towards you. That Nine of Cups is coming next, and the Ten of Cups. It's saying, I'm ready for the real deal. I'm ready for happiness in my life. So I don't know if you're connected to somebody who is dealing with a lot of wrath at home. All right. So if you are connected to an Aries, let's see what else Spirit has for you, Aries through Pisces. All right, Page of Pentacles with an Aries, right? So you could get that message of, I love you, I care about you. This is really solid energy. This is somebody who's sincere and wants to make a solid offer with you. So we are seeing messages from your Aries this week. We have Taurus. Let's see, Taurus energy, Three of Cups, right? Taurus is like, I want to be with you. Taurus is looking at a reconciliation with you, Taurus. You guys are on the same page. It looks like you may be celebrating movement this week with a Taurus. I see Gemini. There's your Gemini, the Knight of Swords, and that is Gemini energy. So Gemini is pretty certain this week about what they want and clearing something up with you. This could even be, I make silly decisions at times, or sometimes I get distracted easy, or I jump the gun. Right? This could be a sincere apology from a Gemini. Cancer, I see the Magician card. All right, so all is well with the Cancer. You guys are on the same page. It looks like they want to make it work, right? Do whatever it takes to make it work with you. And so Leo, I see the Queen of Wands. Leo's on fire. Leo's all about them. All right. So Leo is like, I see my future. And this could be a very dramatic week with you and a Leo because they're focusing on their future, their vision, and they know what they want. And so whatever's going on, they're going to take that leap of faith with you. They're going to follow their heart with you. They're very drawn to you, very attracted to you. And so this week, you may see that your Leo is coming in with a more confident attitude. Virgo, I see the Three of Pentacles. Virgo's all about fixing things, right? So it looks like you and Virgo will be building something together. You already started, right? But this is the next step. It's like we're just taking things one step at a time, and that's where you're at with a Virgo. There's no rush. They're not rushing. They want to make sure everything is working. You could be reconciling with a Virgo. Libra, Nine of Cups, right? So Libra is looking at you as their happiness. All right, Libra wants to leave or is leaving a situation to be with you. They would leave. They want to. They desire you. So you may get that wish fulfilled this week with a Libra. Scorpio, the Ace of Swords. So Scorpio speaking their truth to you. This is cutting through the BS and getting down to business. All right, so expect some good news here from a Scorpio. Sagittarius, I see the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so Sag is doing their thing, working on their business, but they're very committed to this connection. I feel like if you're getting limited connection with a Sagittarius, it's mainly because when they focus on something, they get really into it and they're working on something, right? Now, maybe they work a lot, all right? But Sagittarius is very committed to you, and you may get more investment this week with your Sagittarius. Capricorn is in love with you, Taurus. I got a King of Cups here for Capricorn. This is somebody who feels deeply. They may not always express themselves, but you'll know because they'll be around you this week. All right. And I have Aquarius. I see the Wheel of Fortune. So anything goes with an Aquarius. It looks like coming back around. You're getting another chance with an Aquarius. All right. To see how things play out. And Pisces, Ace of Pentacles. So Pisces wants to give that solid offer. Right, this is their fresh start. This is movement. This is a call, an offer, communication, things like that. All right, guys, that was Taurus. Hello, and Karen, thank you for gifting tarot memberships, Frankie's tarot memberships. And I see everybody joining on TikTok. And I don't know what I'm doing yet on TikTok. I have a lot of people trying to invite and all this other stuff. I don't know. But I'm glad you guys are checking in. I am on YouTube most of the time. Just my first live on TikTok. So bear with me. I am on Taurus, a Gemini now. Sorry, I am on Gemini. So make sure you're throwing your sign of TikTok in the chat as well. Let's go. Gemini. That's 25. Let's go. All right, Gemini. Gemini. Who is coming in for Gemini? Who is in Gemini's energy? Who is coming in for Gemini? And what are their feelings here with Gemini? All right. All right, Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So you have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy around you. All right, somebody here may be playing it cool, but there's a lot of pain going on here. All right, somebody's feeling very doubtful about a decision they made. My ear just is ringing right now for you, Gemini. It's like somebody's screaming in my ear. Wow. All right, and it feels like your person has you on their mind constantly, thinking about how bad they hurt or they're hurting right now. And they're doubtful, but you have a King of Pentacles. So it tells me that this is somebody here that is going to work through this until they decide or figure out how to make this right. They're not happy with the decision that's been made, or they're not happy with the circumstances of the situation. That's for sure. All right, so let's take a look at your person. I have Nine of Pentacles. This may be somebody who decided that they wanted to be single. They didn't want to be in a relationship just yet. This is somebody that is very independent and maybe feels like they don't need anybody, or they don't know how to ask or act like they need anybody. So there could be a lot of pride there and stubbornness with your person as well. They're not going to beg for you, and likewise, you're not going to beg for them. And that's what I'm getting. So there could be a little bit of a standstill here. But it feels like somebody made a quick decision, and that seems to be a theme with this live today. Somebody made a decision that it was more important to kind of figure out themselves, or be alone and do their own thing. And now they're regretting it, because you have the King of Pentacles kind of looking at their life and saying, okay, well, now I got everything I want, but where's my love? Where's my person? So somebody may be regretting that they have chosen work, money, career over love. And they were being selfish, or vice versa. And it just feels like somebody doesn't feel complete and happy, because now nobody compares to you. So once you go Gemini, I guess you never go back, right? And this person here may have thought there was better out there, or again, vice versa. And that's not what's happening here. That's not what this person is finding out. So let's look at their energy and their biggest challenge. Oh, wait a minute. I pulled up the Nine of Pentacles. I put it back on the deck, the Nine of Pentacles. Their biggest challenge here is the Two of Cups. All right, expressing their emotions with you. This is somebody that struggles with relationships in general, so they may push you away at times. If they feel doubtful, or they feel like they're going to get rejected, or they feel or get triggered by something that happens between the two of you, this is somebody that will back up quickly. They're very protective of their heart, but I see you are too. So this is where I'm getting this mirror effect with you and another person. You guys got love for each other, and yet you would rather, not rather, but it's like your fears, or you want to wait for the other person to do it before you do, right? And you both are doing that. It's like this weird game between the two of you, and you have feelings for each other. But your person's challenge here is independency. Somebody who's independent and is afraid to open up and allow love in. Right? Maybe they've been single for a while, and so they see things differently in the relationship. You guys may miscommunicate. Somebody may be focusing on all these other things, and the other wants to just be in the moment. It's just you have to compromise here. But your person looks like they're terrified. Maybe they've been hurt quite a few times, even in this situation, and so they're afraid to give up their independency. Right? So there's some pride there. But the good news is their challenge too is, I want to be with you. I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you. Nobody makes me feel the way you do. All right. And that's the bottom line. So you guys signed up for some funny journey here together. All right. The way they feel about you, and I'm not judging because look, I've had some crazy shit myself. So, all right. Look at what they feel for you. They think the world of you. All right. They think the world of you, Gemini. You never did this person bad or hard or, wrong, maybe. I don't know. I say that and I'm like, shit, I hear a bunch of you going, bullshit, they did me wrong. So maybe scratch that one. But the world card is just telling me that they put you up there on top of things. You're on top shelf. Now they may feel like, something has happened, the Eight of Swords, doubtful. Are we ever going to make this work? But honestly, I see there is potential, but not unless you guys open up and willing to let down the mask, let down the pride. And it has to be both. So if you're connected to somebody and they are just that stubborn, it is what it is. But this person here can see the world with you. They can see having everything with you. How do they view you? The Nine of Cups, Gemini. You're the cake. You're the dessert. There's the we go through everything to get to this point. You're the one they desire. Right? I just feel like somebody may have really fucked up. All right, or you both did, right? It takes two. And it just feels like we chose, you know, things that won't make us happy over true love. And there's true love here, right? And somebody thought maybe they were going to find something else out there. And nah, you guys got it. You guys got this love. So, what do they want in the next actions this week? I see Ace of Swords. It looks like somebody here wants to break, the silence. It looks like somebody wants communication. Now, I'm not getting like, oh, this big, deep conversation. I might stay away from that one over the next few days, guys, even though the Scorpio moon can, really bring that out with you guys. But what I'm saying is sometimes Scorpio moon can sting. I'm a Scorpio moon. All right. So you may want to, keep things lighthearted as we go through the dark phase for the new moon. And so I do see many of you, somebody wants to kind of connect with you and test the waters and, clear things up. Maybe it could be a, hey, I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you in a minute. Something as simple as that. What does Spirit want you to know? I'm seeing the Magician card, Gemini. Gemini, you've been calling this in. You've been wanting this. Right? You're the magician, right? You're the magician. You know how to make it work. You know how to make magic happen. Your, mind power is crazy. When you're focused and you want something, you're going to make it happen. So you've been manifesting this person into your life. And I'm seeing a Virgo Gemini energy too as well. And it feels like you're getting what you want. You're getting what you want. This is what you want. You both are on the same frequency. You both want the same thing. All right. So let's see Aries through Pisces. Let's see a further information. Hello, TikTok. I'm doing Aries through Pisces to see what to expect from them this week. We are on Gemini. So Gemini with an Aries, Knight of Pentacles. All right, so this is somebody that's going to follow through with you. So if they make plans with you this week, if they talk to you this week, this is somebody coming in, they've been thinking about things and they want to fix it, work on it, slow and steady, but it's movement. Okay, movement with an Aries. Taurus, I see Seven of Wands. So Taurus being persistent. Now, you got guards up here. Taurus has definitely got their guards up. All right. But I'm seeing here, I'm not going to give up despite the challenges. All right. So it looks like a Taurus could be speaking up and defending themselves this week. Maybe they feel like they didn't do something wrong and you think they did. Gemini, let's see. Gemini connected with Gemini. Look at this competition and look who wins. Both Geminis. All right, because beforehand it was a power struggle and it looks like nobody was winning. So you have a Gemini that wants your attention, Gemini that wants to move forward and step up their game. All right, Cancer. I see the Justice card. So Cancer here wanting to make peace of some sort. All right, I want to be real with you. I know things may have been out of balance before. I may have been unfair. I may have hurt you. This could be an apology coming in. But I am committed to this. There's a connection here, and I feel it too. Right? So Cancer is feeling the same soul contract that you may be feeling. Right? So you got some honesty coming in with the Cancer. Now I have Leo, Eight of Pentacles. So Leo wanting to work on things. Now they may be acting cool about it and trying to act like things don't bother them, but that's not true. They're still committed to this connection, and it looks like Leo putting in some work. Virgo, I have the Empress card. All right, so Virgo trying to make things right with you, maybe bringing a gift to you. All right, this is the beginning. You have, done something to your Virgo. Maybe years ago, maybe a week ago, maybe a day ago, you've said something, but it's been growing ever since. And this is somebody that really wants to nurture this connection and see where it goes. So Virgo's got unconditional love for you, and it looks like could be the winner here, especially with the Gemini energy. Things just are continuing, and it's almost like we don't have to do anything with this energy too, with the Virgo. Like you both are doing the work behind the scenes. All right. Libra, I see Queen of Swords. So Libra is coming in sharp and sturdy and as themselves, right? And they feel your energy. It looks like you guys get along really well. It looks like you guys think the same things, and like you can even finish each other's sentences. But they will reach out probably when you're thinking about reaching out. Who knows? So don't be going home going, oh, I think about reaching out. It's got to be, instant. But it feels like you both know. So you get communication here from a Libra. Scorpio, Three of Cups. Scorpio wants to have some fun, wants to hang out, wants to reconcile, wants to reconsider the situation. They may have kept things kind of light with you. They may still be kind of, I'm going to say maybe still doing the same thing, trying to play it light, but it feels like your Scorpio wants something more. Sagittarius, the Hermit card. So Sag may go home, wants to be alone for a while. They're trying to figure out their next move. This tells me they will take the right action. They will take the high road. They may be silent this week, but the light is still on. So maybe for a Sagittarius, this is something that may play out over the next couple weeks. Capricorn, I see the Three of Wands. So Capricorn wanting to connect with you. There is something there. They're waiting for the right day, the right move, the right time. But they're still there, or they're still thinking about you. And this could even be a new Capricorn on the horizon coming towards you. Aquarius, I see the Knight of Wands. So you're seeing passion coming in with an Aquarius. You're seeing fire. You're seeing, fast action. This is an Aquarius that's like, look, I know what I want, and coming in to lighten things up with you. And Pisces, I see the Tower cards. So some of you may be going through some major shift with a Pisces this week. There could be, drama that's going on behind the scenes that you don't know of. But whatever's happening with this Tower card is going to lay the foundation for the next step. All right. So the Tower, this week could be a breakup, a makeup, shake up, wake up call. It could be any of that. But it's definitely movement. All right. All right, we are moving on to Cancer. Hello, Ali, Saha, Becky, Claudia, welcome in. I am live on YouTube right now, Frankie's Tarot. It's my first time going live over here on TikTok, so I'm just giving it a chance. All right, so we are getting ready. I don't know how to, TikTok, you don't really have a screen to show what sign I'm on, but I am on Cancer. And that'll be. All right, guys. Hello in there. How are the readings going? You enjoying the readings today, guys? Thank you, Daisy. All right, let's sing. Cancer. Get a good shuffle for Cancer. Let's see. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, who's coming towards Cancer? What's their intention? What do they want and how do they feel? All right. So, and any actions. Well, you have the Page of Swords here right out the gate. All right. And so this is telling me somebody's been holding back something they want to say to you, Cancer. So it feels like even if you are talking to this person, I have an air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have a very youthful, kind of playful energy with the pages, which means conversation could be building up. Somebody's trying to build up to something with you. So it's a really good energy. It feels like somebody gets a little bit nervous about what to say to you. Somebody's thinking about you. There could be somebody who's watching you. And that sounds so creepy nowadays, but it's not. It's the truth. We all can find each other at any moment. All right, so it does feel like I've got something I need to say to you. And look at the Two of Pentacles. So your person has been weighing things out. Do I say this? Do I say that? So we'll dive into that a little deeper. It obviously will be something different for each zodiac sign. All right, but I am seeing here you got somebody you've been taking up a lot of space on their mind lately. Right. And it's, they keep talking themselves back and forth, back and forth. All right, so your person, the Empress card. So I'm getting Taurus, Libra energy, Venus energy, obviously somebody in love. All right, it doesn't matter the gender. Your person here is thinking about the past, thinking about how far they've come, thinking about, certain times they met you or connected with you. It's been growing still. So this relationship never stopped, even if you met them at a party 5 years ago and haven't talked to them since. Something might remind them of you, or things have been growing. Right? We meet people for, different reasons, might not always be the right time, but something's happening. The chemistry's changing. So this is somebody that obviously wants to see things grow with you. And I also get, what I get for you a lot, Cancer, is somebody just trusts you. Somebody trusts you because you're open and honest, and when you are in love with somebody, you go all in. All right, and you're very vulnerable, and not everybody's like that, and you express your emotions, and sometimes people might look at it like, oh, it's too much or whatever, right? But the thing is that it's awesome because you're never in question. So when a Cancer is not like that, there's something else going on maybe. And I don't want to go triggering anybody. They could be hurt. When Cancers get hurt, all right, you might not know it. They just disappear. All right. And then they come back if they love you. All right. So they will come back. It's easy. It's easy with a Cancer. Some of you are going, I better be careful because some of you are going, no, it's not. All right. So what do they want? What's their deal? I see the Seven of Swords. This is somebody that really wants to confess their feelings to you. All right. We're seeing the Seven of Swords. I wasn't honest with you. And that's what I'm getting. I'm kind of picking up on the vibe with your person. I may have been playing sneaky. I may have been being, an asshole in the past. I don't know. But I wasn't being honest. I wasn't being authentic. I choose my cards for a reason. I stay the same deck, so it goes through the energy is for the whole reading. And this deck itself is called, and it's got a lot of love in it. This deck has a lot of love in it. So when I'm seeing this Seven of Swords, I'm feeling like somebody is starting to, not be in denial anymore of their feelings, basically. And that's what they're going back and forth with. How do I say this? How do I express this? And when you Cancer is the only one I trust, right? And maybe they broke your trust and now they're feeling like a jackass, right? But I know my Cancers, if you love this person, you're going to forgive them, right? Like a mom, you're going to forgive them like it's nothing. Yes, my child, come with me. It's all right. I'll make it better. All right. But this is somebody too that their messages, what's coming through for your person is they may not be super emotional or like mushy, with that Page of Swords, but they're definitely going to be teasing or asking questions and being very curious with what you're up to. All right, that's a sure sign that this might be for you. All right, so how do they feel about you, view you, and their actions, right? I see the Queen of Wands. All right. I mean, I love the Queen of Wands. I'm a water sign, but the Queen of Wands is hot as shit fire, I mean, a fireball, firecracker. And we all could find the fire within us. We all have the elements. And this is how they feel about you. I mean, you just are a fireball. You're funny, you're ambitious, you're confident. Even if you're not, you act it. I mean, who cares, right? You get what you want, right? So I am seeing, they're very much drawn to your magnetic energy. So you do have a fire sign showing up for you, Aries, Leo, Sag. How do they think you view the situation? The Emperor card, there it is. Right? You may be feeling like they need to step up to you. Good for you, right? Let this person step up to you. It sounds like in this reading that they are getting ready. They're building the confidence to step up. They're showing up as a page, all right, but they know you need a leader. They know you need somebody who's going to show up as an emperor, male, female, doesn't matter, right? But they also see you as boss too, like you lead. So maybe for some of you, they view you, and what they feel is that you could be very, on top of things, very demanding, very persistent, very confident. All right, you're the head of the household. Whatever Cancer wants, Cancer gets. I think I've had a reading like that one time. All right, but they admire you. And it looks like they want to provide for you. Now you have the Empress and the Emperor showing up in your reading. So this is coming up every now and then. Those of you that follow me for a long time, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but we'll get the definite, like this could be a twin. This could be somebody who has really changed you. You've changed them. Very dramatic relationship is coming in. And this week here, there could be, like I said, don't look for always look for miracles. But in my reading, it's given kind of a light conversation. Any actions towards you, I see the Judgment. So it does look like your person is called to make a decision this week, called to action. So you may hear from them this week. What does Spirit want you to know? 10 of Wands, you've been busting your ass with this one. This one has weighed on you. You have been putting in a lot of work. You've worked really hard for this relationship. And I got Spirit saying, you don't need to be working this hard. You've already won. You've won, and that's what I've got for you. So you got to back up a little bit, and let God help you here, because you don't need all this stress on you about this situation. All right, somebody here, it looks like you're going to realize that you were second guessing yourself the entire time, and it wasn't you, it was your person. So let's see, Aries through Pisces for you. So if you're connected to an Aries, I see the Three of Pentacles. You guys are building upon what you have. You guys will figure it out one way or another. Everybody's story is different. But this week, they could be adding another piece to the puzzle. They might be investing a little bit more time, trying to work things out with you. All right. And we have Taurus. I see the Hanged Man. So give it a little bit more time is what I see with this. It's kind of a silent energy, contemplation. There's a transition happening with a Taurus. It looks like they're realizing, and when a Taurus starts to realize, that, okay, maybe I was wrong, all right, they're still hanging there, because now they have to go through, do I want to admit it, all right, this is hard for them, this is hard for a Taurus, all right, but I do see that they could be shifting their perspective on this situation. Gemini, I see Five of Pentacles, right? So Gemini struggling behind the scenes. You may get a conversation this week. Maybe they know that they weren't given to this. They know they want to give to this, all right? And so it feels like, we need to work on things, all right? There's something going on here, and neither of us are feeling good about the situation, about what's going down, both missing each other. Cancer, you have the Three of Wands, all right? So someone you've been waiting on is coming on in, all right? This can be 3 days from now, all right? So we are seeing the horizons looking a lot brighter, right? And if you have been doing everything that you feel in these types of relationships, and you have buttoned up everything, and you just feel I've been walking this high path, this is what I know, this is what I believe, this is Spirit saying to you, then don't doubt that you're not going to get to that Four of Wands, right? It just comes in due time. And this is teaching you patience and trust on a situation. Life sucks. That's part of it. Patience and trust, right? And we have, Leo. Let's see, Queen of Cups, right? So who's Leo thinking about? This is you, Cancer. All right, you guys have a deep connection. It's always going to be there. All right. You know, maybe they feel like they've hurt you and you pulled your energy back, because the Queen of Cups will pull their energy back if they're not feeling good. But I'm still feeling you. So you and a Leo, you may or may not talk, you know, right away, but you definitely will feel each other, or you may talk and talk about your feelings. All right. Virgo, I see the Page of Pentacles. So Virgo wanting to take the next step with you. It may be a small step for some of you. It may be a big step, right? Depends on where you are in the relationship. But you have sincerity coming towards you with a Virgo. You have a Virgo that wants to build, you know, upon this relationship and make it real. We have Libra. I see the Three of Cups. Libra's all about some fun this week. Let's keep it light, but let's get together, right? So you and Libra hanging out and having some good times. Scorpio, Page of Wands, right? Same thing with Scorpio, very playful energy. Scorpio is in, you know, this new frequency, right? It looks like, but it's very flirtatious, right? So we know you might get the flirt in, all right, but the flirt doesn't mean that it's going to turn into the pentacles, right? So you are getting this initial stage here, a flirty stage. So you got to lure them in. Don't fall for the shit right away, all right, Cancer? Don't fall for that shit right away. Make sure Scorpio is coming in with more intentions other than just the flirt. I'm Scorpio. All right. Sagittarius, King of Cups. Right. So Sag is in their feelings. And who are they thinking about? Another water sign. I mean, another, no, you. They're not a water sign. They're thinking about you. Right. You guys have a deep bond together here, and their feelings are growing. You know, the King of Cups can be very reserved and repress their feelings. But again, in your reading, it was showing, I don't want to deny my feelings anymore. So you may get emotional communication with your Sagittarius this week. We have Capricorn, the Justice card, right? So Cap wanting to make things right. You know, it's like, I know things weren't fair, are not always fair, you know, but it is what it is at times. Can we find a way to find some closure in our situation? This could even be just honest truth of how I feel this week, or I've learned my lesson. So maybe you're Capricorn, Scorpio says Capricorn has learned their lesson and you're getting some sort of truth, right, or justice. Aquarius, I see the Nine of Wands, right? So something's weighing on an Aquarius. They haven't been 100% faithful, honest. They have some regrets. And it really is bothering them that they haven't admitted something to you. And so you may get a confession this week with an Aquarius. They may be asking for forgiveness. Pisces, Two of Cups, right? So you and Pisces having that conversation this week. It looks like you're coming together, you know, compromising on the relationship, maybe deciding where things are going. As you see, though, that you're on the same page and you guys only see each other. All right. So it's just about you two. All right, guys, that was Cancer. All right, I have a follow. Somebody just followed me on TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Make sure you're coming in. Tell me your sign, and I am on Leo now. I don't know how, this is my first time going live on TikTok, so I don't know how to, you know, quite operate it yet. But I am live on YouTube right now for the full video. All right, so we are going into Leo. Hello, my Leos. You're welcome, Cancers. All right, Leo is... All right, Leo, let's get this going. All right. I've been trying to keep it under 2 hours. I've been doing good. Today, I'm actually going a little bit longer than I did last week. All right, let's see. There we go. Leo. Who's coming towards Leo? Let's see, Leo. Who's in your energy? Who's feeling you? All right, you have the Magician card, so you may know who this person is. You've been thinking about one another. All right, maybe you've been communicating with this person. All right, but somebody's got you. Somebody's got you attracted to them. You like what you see. They like what they see. This is the overall energy. So you're calling in what you want. You guys are on the same vibe here. same frequency, very attracted to one another. Right, so the pull, the magnetism is there. There's definitely, but now it's like, how do we make this work? So this is a new beginning energy for you, Leo, with somebody. But how do we make it work? And you have the Page of Cups underneath that. So this tells me your person's not playing tricks on you. All right. But again, use your own intuition. If you're dealing with somebody who's always been playing tricks, be careful. But this one here tells me that it's coming from love. Somebody here really wants to open up and tell you how they feel. It could be a Gemini, it could be a Virgo energy. All right. Your person, Leo, 4 of Pentacles. All right. You got them pondering on actual security in a relationship. Maybe you've been kind of going back and forth with this person, been trying to make it work. You guys seem to get along very well, have a lot in common, but maybe they've been holding back and haven't really told you how they felt lately. Obviously they're falling in love, right? With that Page of Cups. They're very attracted to you, but you also have somebody here wanting to ground in on the relationship, Leo. Somebody is feeling like, I need some more stability. And maybe, you've been feeling this way about this person and you've asked them or you've told them you want more consistency. And they're starting to realize that maybe they need to show up for you. What is their challenge here? Why are they holding back a little? I see the 9 of Cups, all right? I feel like your person desires you more than you think, all right? You are definitely chocolate cake, mixed with chocolate chips and brownies and everything chocolate inside and caramel. This person definitely desires you, right? But what I'm thinking, right? I'm saying thinking because I'm trying to figure out why they're holding back. This person's very possessive of you, and they may be very insecure around you, right? You may not realize this. You are very desirable. And yes, this person here is falling in love with you and may have thought they wouldn't fall in love with you because they're afraid to get hurt. They're afraid that you won't be happy with what you see. They're afraid that once you really get to know them, you won't be satisfied. They're afraid to disappoint you. They're afraid to, maybe in the past they haven't showed any gratitude for the things that you've done for them. All right. Maybe you've given so much to this person in the past and they just weren't ready. This person's going through all that, right? But it looks like you got them contemplating on bringing some stability to this relationship. All right, how do they feel about you, view you, and their actions? I see the Queen of Pentacles. That's what I'm talking about. Queen of Pentacles is the boss. Queen of Pentacles makes everything. She earned it. She got it. She knows what she's doing. She's on top of the world. She's feeling good, looking good, taking care of her health, taking care of her responsibilities, her kids. And even if you're a male, all right, guys, I know I have a lot of males on my channel too. So it's just the feminine energy here. So just make it a male, all right, if you need to. But they see you as very responsible. And now you're looking at somebody here that may be feeling like they can't satisfy your expenses. All right. So for some of you, this person may feel like they can't meet your needs. You have high standards and you want, the $100,000 cars, not the $22,000 cars, right? You want the real deal. So somebody may just feel like they don't know if they can financially take care of your needs, right? Or impress you. So this might be the insecurity where that's coming through. They think that you'll be dissatisfied with the outcome. You may feel like you want this person now and you're attracted to them, but once the passion dies, all right, who's paying the bills, right? So let's see how they view you, the Moon card. All right, so they do feel like you're deceiving them in some way. All right, they feel this magnetic pull towards you and they have deep feelings for you, but they may feel that you change once in a while. You constantly, your moods change, and what you want for the future changes. You may say one thing one day and then switch it the next day. And it's starting to, trigger your person, very fearful of where things could go. And like I said, can they provide for you? So I don't know if you've told them your list of demands or something, your prenup list of demands. All right. So their actions towards you this week, I see the Queen of Cups. It looks like somebody here is being more reserved with their feelings, right? They want to express their feelings to you. They may be slow to do so, But I do get here, you are realizing here that somebody has more feelings for you. Now, I see the Page of Cups here. So I'm going back to this because it looks like somebody's going to try and show you or start to show you how they feel. Now, they may have a hard time expressing their feelings, which is why I'm seeing the page here. They may flirt with you, do cute things, all right? But I want you to realize this person here has more feelings than they're letting on, all right? So, what does Spirit want you to know? The Six of Pentacles, all right? Always, get your needs met. Don't compromise. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles here. You're very generous. You're very given. Make sure it's equal give and take. This week, somebody could be coming in trying to add more to the relationship, add more value. And they're proving it. So if somebody's not taking any action or proving it to you this week, this might not be your reading. All right. It's a very beautiful gift coming in from somebody. All right, so if you're connected to an Aries, I see the Eight of Pentacles. So Aries wants to make things work, right? They're very invested in this connection, and the Aries is very loyal to you. All right, Taurus, I see the Nine of Pentacles, right? So it looks like Taurus is single and available. So if they've been in a relationship where they broke up or went through divorce, it looks like they've been getting themselves together and working on themselves, and they are ready to make some sort of offer or invest in this connection. A lot of pentacles coming in. You notice that. So the pentacles are telling me that somebody's thinking more about the security of this relationship. All right. It's not just about lust. It's more about security and true emotions that's coming through with you, Leo. All right. So Gemini, I see the Chariot card. The Gemini returning, and things could really be better than ever. I just see things moving pretty fast with the Gemini. You guys being able to get through some obstacle pretty quickly this week. Cancer, I see the Six of Cups. So it looks like a reunion between you and a Cancer. You both want to see each other this week. It feels like the mutual attraction, a soulmate energy. You guys feel a strong vibe with each other, a strong connection. So this is reconciliation for some of you, even if it's a past person. But to me, it's also just getting together with the person that you're really interested in this week, and that's a Cancer. Leo, I see the Lovers card. So love's always going to win. I feel like with this card, doesn't always mean it's healthy, but you guys pulled towards one another. So this is communication. Leo, you have the Lovers card in your position, which is telling me this week is about love. So if somebody's not in love or somebody's not showing up for you, that's going to be very obvious. All right, because your reading is showing me somebody who just is going to make some sort of effort in expressing their love towards you. Now, it might be somebody who gets triggered easily and they may do shit, run, do this stuff, but they come back, right? They come back and it's better, right? That's what's most important because you can feel that bond. So everybody's journey is different. So this week could be a reconciliation for you with another Leo. I have Virgo, Five of Pentacles, right? So Virgo here, we see the Four of Pentacles. It looks like putting in some more work. All right, they're still dealing with and struggling with how things are going to turn out. But it looks like your Virgo is taking one more step towards a strong commitment here and fixing things with you. Libra, I see the Strength card. So you and Libra have an unbreakable bond. All right, you guys are very close. You may have been through a lot together. It makes you stronger. You guys have a way of working things out. So this week you'll be working it out with a Libra. Scorpio, Knight of Swords, right? So you get communication with Scorpio. Things might move around fast. Things could happen unexpectedly. But it looks like they're making an important decision this week. Sagittarius, I see Seven of Cups, right? So Sag is still giving that flighty energy, but Sag is saying, I love you, I choose you, I want you. All right, but so we seal the deal here. So you do have a Sagittarius, fantasizing where this can go. Capricorn, I see the Hierophant, right? So Capricorn's thinking about leveling up in this connection, right? This is a Cap that is thinking long term. This is a Cap that's thinking, Leo, you and I, we have the same goals. We have the same beliefs. We value the same things. We're on the same page, right? Aquarius, I see Ace of Cups. So Aquarius expressing their love to you. Aquarius here is opening up their hearts to you this week. It looks like they want to make it happen. It looks like they want to reconcile or start a relationship with you. And I have Pisces. I see the Ten of Swords, right? So I don't know if you've gone through a separation with a Pisces, obviously, or they're, having a hard time dealing with not being with you. But there was a painful ending here that's happening with the Pisces. So they weren't happy either way. This week there could be, maybe you're going through an ending with the Pisces, or you guys have talked about it in the past. This healing energy here. It looks like though they're realizing, and they're not happy wherever they're at. So you may be separated from a Pisces or still in separation. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. My TikTok live is going to end in 4 minutes. And so I hope that I did okay. I don't know what else to do here. It's not letting me verify, so I don't know what this. All right, I got it. All right, so let's see. I don't know if I can do the dual. I don't know if it's for me. All right, let's see. Virgo. All right, let's see. Virgo, who's coming toward you? Who's coming towards Virgo? Who is coming towards Virgo? All right, show me who's coming towards Virgo this week, your feelings. Let's see. All right, Virgo, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So I do see your energy here. Maybe you're feeling, ignored, or you are putting your mind on other things, or you're feeling like you gotta distract yourself. I mean, this is overall. So this could be you and your person doing the same thing, just working, just trying to work on yourselves, just trying to, be good, behave, right? And so I am seeing though this commitment though. There's this loyalty between you and another person, and it feels like you guys, neither of you will give up until it's working, or until you fix something, or until you commit or get together, right? So it does seem like the work's getting put in, and this week there could be, a deepening of a commitment. So let's see. And some of you, honestly, like the Eight of Pentacles can be, you're just working on yourself. You're single, you're doing your thing, and that's all you can do, right? And the same thing with your person. Your person's energy, the Tower card, all right? So it does look like they're going through something behind the scenes that you might not know of. And I'm seeing the Three of Wands. That could be the holdup, all right? This person hasn't moved on from you. This person has not moved on from you. But they are fixing some things behind the scenes. And the challenge is they're trying to close something up, whether closing on a house or moving or a divorce, or you guys have had a breakdown. Somebody had a breakdown, or there's a tower, right? So your person here, and this is where it could be about traveling or moving on from something. And obviously this is somebody that right now it might not be going anywhere. You may feel like it's not going anywhere, but they're not going anywhere, and neither are you. All right. And that's why I'm going to go back to what I was saying here with the Eight of Pentacles. It feels like you and another person are just doing your thing. You both know you got something to work on, and you both know, but want to know something? You both are the same, and you both, if you're pointing fingers at each other, you got 3 pointing back at you. All right, because you guys have a lot in common here, and neither of you are able to move on because it could feel like unfinished business here. with you and another person. So how do they feel about you? The Judgment card, so they may have felt judged by you, judged harshly by you, and maybe you had every reason to judge them. All right. But you want to know something that just came through is this is somebody that said, yeah, Scorpio. Virgo judged me, but guess what? I heard them, and now I know I need to step up. All right. So you may have judged somebody, but you probably, I'm a Virgo rising, you probably most likely said the truth, and it hurt this person, and they realized that you were correct, and that now they're seeing the truth. All right. So it may have taken you saying some things or you sticking true to your, yourself, your own values. All right. And so it looks like somebody's turning things around. But this Tower card, though, tells me that it's not over yet with whatever's going on behind the scenes. All right. So I do need you to know that there's something really, whether it's this person going through an awakening, waking up to reality, seeing truths in their life, or they actually are going through a crisis in their life. All right, that's the pause. That's what's holding this back. And obviously, their focus is on that more than anything right now. So I need to fix things. Maybe they don't want you to judge them about what's going on in their life. I know some of you might be like, I don't care what's going on with them, but it's not about you. It's about them. And if they're going through a tower and it's humiliating, or if they're making bad choices, or if they're just not, they're going through depression or anything like that, they don't want somebody trying to fix them or hold over, being a witness to what's going on in their life, right? Even if it doesn't bother you. So the Judgment card is showing, though, that they're hoping that you give this another chance. So how do they see you? They know you think they're not interested anymore. They know that you're stuck. They know that you feel that they have feelings. They've given you cues. They've let you know one way or another. And they're not available. They haven't been able to give you the love that you need. And so they know this. They know that they've disappointed you. They know you're still in their energy. You're still in theirs. But they've been avoiding you and avoiding you seeing what's going on. So they know that you're not happy with them. And they might even think that you're looking outwards. You're looking for somebody else. You're not interested in them. So if this is somebody new, Virgo, they very well could be thinking, I'm not moving forward yet because I don't know if Virgo really is interested in me. You might give some cues, but they might not be able to read you. Now, their actions towards you this week, I see the Eight of Cups. So I am getting this energy. Let's clarify that, what you should do to the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this, but your person is still acting aloof this week. They're still focusing on themselves, and they know you think that they don't feel you or don't want this connection, or they're not interested. This is not true according to this reading. It's like your person is saying through me, I want to be with you, but I cannot be with you at this point. We need to focus on ourselves, right? I'm not going anywhere, and I just don't want to be judged right now. And every time we do try to reconcile, I always let you down. All right, so let's look at Aries through Pisces and see what to expect, if anything, from them this week. Aries, look at the Two of Wands with an Aries. Aries is very hesitant, so I can feel your Aries wanting to reach out, getting ready to make contact with you. But again, you have this other wand. It's like they need to let go of something or a situation, close up, Taurus, I see the Sun card. All right, so things looking good with you and a Taurus this week. Looks like things might start to brighten up between the two of you. So maybe more romance, maybe more fun, more lighthearted conversation. I am seeing, though, this is in love. So somebody is in love with you. A Taurus is in love with you. Gemini, Page of Swords. You got Gemini over here on the fence about what to say to you. I got my eye on you. You showed up in Gemini's, and it feels like they're thinking about you because you guys are both mental. I'm kidding. Ruled by Mercury. All right, so you guys are always changing things up. It looks like they want to talk to you. They miss talking to you, or they want to clear something up with you. Right? They got some questions. So I do see communication with a Gemini. Cancer, I see Ace of Wands. So there's a lot of potential here. You've got their attention. You've got Cancer's attention, all right? They're definitely into you. So it looks like communication is going on or could continue this week with a Cancer. Leo, I see the Queen of Pentacles. So Leo's all about you. Leo's got their eye on you. You know, obviously seeing things more than just now. It's not a temporary thing. This is a Leo that sees you in their future. All right. So it looks like they're being responsible right now, maybe trying to make the right move. So if you are connected to them, it's just slow and steady here with your Leo. That's it, right? Trying to ground in on the relationship, making sure you guys are on the same page. Virgo, look at this, Two of Cups. All right, so somebody's in love, you're in love. There's this, we're on the same page, right? But it looks like you're back at the beginning stages again. So, you know, things are, it's like taking one day at a time here. If your person is still going through something behind the scenes, you know, they can only give what they can give. And it looks like, you know, they at least want you to know how they feel. So another Virgo and you having conversations about a relationship. You know, you're building something here. You both feel it. Libra, I see the Temperance card. So Libra's in no rush, but they're showing up. Maybe, you know, you're hanging out, getting along, healing the situation. So it looks like if they've pulled back their energy, it's only temporary. All right. You guys are still on the same path. Scorpio, I see the King of Cups, so Scorpio in their feelings. Scorpio coming through. We're in Scorpio moon right now too. It feels like they have deeper feelings for you, and they will always love you. Once a Scorpio has felt so deeply for you, you know, even if they're mad at you, you're still there. You're still, you know, unless of course you like. I mean, we don't need to go down that path, but unless you really fucked up, right? Scorpio don't give a shit. All right, so King of Cups, though, obviously they do. Scorpio is in love. You may get conversation, you may feel it, they may be honest with you this week. Sagittarius, the moon cards, the Sag is all over the place. Expect all over the place this week. You know, obviously they're trying to show you how they feel. They may confuse you this week, so pay attention to that. It's subtle changes. Here's my advice: wait 24 hours before any judgment or any decision, because you may see something you don't like, but it's only temporary and it's really not as big as you think. But there's a lot going on, so let things slide if you see something, because it could be not what you think. Okay, with a Sagittarius. Capricorn, I see the Fool card. All right, so I'm seeing fresh energy here with the Capricorn. They're good to go. They're like, let's make this happen. They could be breaking free from a situation and wanted to start fresh with you. Aquarius, a little doubtful here with an Aquarius, so they still are in their head trying to figure out what their next move is. They're very doubtful that you trust them. Pisces, I see the High Priestess. So Pisces is lurking around you. They may break the silence in the future. This week, they could still be quiet, just kind of observing you. All right. I just put my head on my microphone. Hello. All right. Let's see. It told me the live stream was ending on TikTok, but it's still going. I don't know. All right, guys. Dealing with a difficult Virgo. A Virgo that's difficult. All right, Libra. Let's see. I got to get a good shuffle in for Libra. All right. If you're on my TikTok, I am fully live. You get the full episode on YouTube. I am doing Aries through Pisces, who's coming towards you. I am on Libra, doing Libra next. Thank you for showing up. All right. Let's see. Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right. TikTok, I wish I knew what I was doing. I'll get better. I don't know the chat. I don't know how to follow it. I will get better, I promise. Thank you for liking the live. And this is just my first go at this. All right, Libra. Who's coming towards Libra? All right, Four of Cups overall energy. So somebody's been acting disinterested, not wanting to talk, not wanting to connect. It feels like you're, maybe you're contemplating, is this for me? What's going on? Are you connecting with the right people? Are you feeling not supported by the people around you? All right, so I am seeing this energy. It could be a person too. They just feel like they're not being supported, that you're not giving them any attention, but something's just making both of you guys very unhappy. So something is off here. And it looks like we're trying to figure out whether or not this is what we want. All right. So let's see your person. I have Five of Cups. All right. So we are seeing somebody here that is definitely feeling sad about a decision. All right. Feeling left out, feeling kind of unhappy about, just feeling sad about the feelings, feeling like they disappointed you, or this is something's going on between the two of you that's very disappointing. I don't think that you guys wanted things to get like this. I didn't think that either of you are winning if that's the case with your person with the Five of Cups. This is somebody who's definitely down and out. And if they're not showing you, if they're acting like they don't care, that's BS. That's BS. All right, Seven of Pentacles. They're trying to figure out what the plan is, what to do. So I do see that there is a break here in a relationship, or somebody's pulled back their energy and questioning the future with the Seven of Pentacles. Do I want to invest more in this connection? And, it feels like maybe you guys are seeing things, you're kind of down about it, like things aren't happening the way you thought they were. So, what's their challenge? Or you think that this isn't going to pan out the way you want it to? What's your person's challenge? The Temperance card. Patience. Patience. My cross watchers are like, shut the hell up, right? But it just feels like your person feels stuck. Your person is going through something too. And it feels like, they're not happy with how things are. They're not happy with how things are panning out. It saddens them, more than you think. But it feels like they needed a pit stop here, because their challenge is, I just want things to slow down. All right. I just want things to slow down. I want things to, your person might be unhealthy right now. Maybe they're healing something with this Temperance card, right? And so it could be a Sagittarius energy. And I feel like over time, you guys are going to miss each other equally, and you will see this person. And I feel like if you don't get the Six of Cups today, it's going to be wild. All right, how do they feel about you? The Sun card. All right, so Libra, this person, this could be new romance. This could be new romance that you're not seeing around you. Maybe some of you are feeling like unhappy about the relationships you've been in. And we're seeing here the Temperance card. You're just running, you feel like you're running out of time, or you feel like, nobody's showing up on your path. Where the hell is my one? Where's the people? Where's the people that universe is telling me I'm supposed to come into alignment with? I don't seem to. All right. So I am, I don't know. There's something really kind of making me down about your person. All right. Not feeling happy. All right. But the Sun card tells me this person's in love with you. All right. You've got their heart. So maybe your person's just having like a temporary meltdown, or, they're just, sad about something in their life and they just don't know what to do about it. How do they view you? The Three of Cups. You make them happy. All right. This here, Libra, is a new romance. This is a date. And we're in Sag season. Going to Capricorn. We're still in Sag season. So it could be a Leo, it could be a Sag. But there could be, Libra, somebody here, very interested in you, around you. You're celebrating together. This is a celebration of a birthday. Or maybe you and your person are going to reconcile during a birthday for a Sagittarius friend. I don't know. But I am seeing reconciliation. Somebody has love for you, very happy when they're around you. Their actions, I see the Page of Swords. So it looks like talking things out. You may get an invitation this week to go somewhere. All right, it looks like somebody tries to talk to you, so you have conversation with this person. That's how you know who this is. You guys keep it lighthearted, very friendly. It could be a friend of yours, but it looks like somebody wants you more than they're letting on. But this temperance card tells me it's just not the time. They don't know. They don't. It's like this person can't figure out when the time is right to put themselves out there or to say something to you. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know? Besides, there's a Leo and a Sag showing up. The Three of Swords, right? You know, there may be unfinished business. It feels like some sadness here, a separation you're going through, or you feel like you're getting hurt, or this, this is hurting you, whatever's going on with this person. But this to me feels temporary, and I feel like this is just a roadblock with that Seven of Pentacles. All right, this is somebody here that is trying to figure out their path and they're not far from it. All right. I do see an opportunity coming in, at least to talk things out. And you may get an apology here with this Three of Swords. This tells me that it's not over for some of you. It's just telling me you're battling, you're dealing with something that needs to be confronted. All right. If you're connected to an Aries, let's see. Aries, Eight of Cups. All right, so it feels like an Aries is trying to figure out their path. They may be ignoring you this week, or not giving you full attention. It feels like healing energy, like they're trying to figure out, I need some time and space, right? I need to figure out what I need to do before we move forward. So you could still be separated or not hearing much from an Aries. Taurus, I see that you've been waiting on them coming in. It looks like movement with a Taurus. You guys may find yourself connecting and going somewhere this week. Gemini, let's put these up here. Gemini, I see Two of Swords. Right, so Gemini feeling pushed by their heart to reach out to connect with you. You guys don't always see eye to eye, but I don't think they want to see. You might be thinking it's over. They don't think it's over. They don't want it to be over. Cancer, Ace of Pentacles. So you're getting a fresh offer with the Cancer. They're committed to you or they want to commit to you. Leo, Queen of Pentacles. Same here with a Leo, but it looks like Leo really stepping up their game this week for you. Virgo, I see Three of Pentacles. Virgo, you guys, it feels like you guys are building upon something. You guys are going somewhere. They're feeling like they need to put more effort, maybe more work into the connection. Libra, I see the Emperor card. All right, so this is just playing your cards right. Maybe you're sitting back, you're at the top of your game, you're waiting for your Empress, or your Empress waiting for your Emperor, right? But it looks like you've got, the Emperor card. You're trying to figure out your shit. You're trying to, look out there and make the right choices, right? This week here, you could be making plans here to take that next step with another Libra. Scorpio, 10 of Cups. You and Scorpio will find yourself together. You guys feel pulled together. You feel a pull. You guys may have been in a relationship, or you are in a relationship. So this week looks like you could be deepening that connection, getting over something. Sagittarius could still be taking some space from you. Maybe you guys are giving each other the silent treatment. It's only temporary. It looks like healing energy, trying to figure out what went wrong. Capricorn, I see King of Cups. Capricorn is more in love with you than you know. They may be holding back a little bit, but you will get emotional communication this week. When I say you will, that's me trying to manifest for you. Aquarius, the Fool card. All right, so you and Aquarius, a fresh start, fresh energy. They don't know how you're going to do it, where you're going to go, what's going to happen, but Aquarius is like, let's go. Right, and Pisces, Nine of Swords. Pisces kind of ruminating over some of the shit that's been said or done between the two of you, and not sure if you'll forgive them. Right, this week they may admit, they may confess. All right, that was my Libra. TikTok, how you doing? I am live over at YouTube if you want to catch the entire thing, or if you want to scroll back. I'm going Aries through Pisces. I am moving on to Scorpio next. You throw your sign in the chat. I wish I knew how to work it. I don't yet. This is my first time. All right. Let's see, Scorpio. I got good timing coming in. not typing good. All right, Scorpio, my Scorpio love. My Scorpio. Hello, Kathy. Miss, I miss you. I miss you. All right, let's see. Yes, thank you, Angel. All right, there's our head Capricorn. All right, let's go. I need a good shuffle for Scorpio, okay? We're kind of getting in the middle here. I want to really get this shaken up. All right, let's see. All right, the energy is cleared for Scorpio. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. All right, let's see. Thank you, Karen. Ooh, Scorpio. A card just flew out, and it is the Hierophant. All right, so have we learned our lessons? Let's start with that. I do have the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe somebody has learned their lesson. All right, you have somebody leveling up. All right, you have a very earthy energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. All right, and so this Hierophant, I'm just going to leave this here because it flew out. But this tells me that lessons are being learned and there's progress. All right, you have the overall energy as the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so this feels like, Scorpio, somebody is going to follow through. They hear you. All right, they might take a minute. You got a very stubborn energy. You got a very rigid energy. You got somebody who's hard to shake their beliefs. Once somebody thinks one way, or if they don't understand the connection, takes them a minute. Maybe they don't carry much faith and love. They don't care about that shit. Who knows who you're dealing with, right? But it's somebody here that looks like they want to level up in this connection. Somebody's very loyal and committed to this connection more than you think. All right. So let's see your person. 5 of Wands. All right. You know, this is, I think Archie just told me his mom calls this the boy band card. All right. Now it's cracking me up. All right, but I see this as, you know, a bunch of chaos and a bunch of Indians. And where's the chief? You're always trying to be the chief. Scorpio trying to fix things, come in and make it right. That's how I see this card. Now, some people might say it's playful competition, you know, and I don't know. Scorpio don't know playful competition. There's no playful competition here. Get out of my way, right? I'm playing. I'm just being a little badass. That's a Scorpio. Right. But your person here might know this about you. And so as I'm saying that, your person's probably going, yeah, that's Scorpio's attitude. And that is why I get pissed off. So your person may get pissed off at you. All right. I feel like I can be real with you, Scorpio. All right. Because we're the same sign. All right. But you fight, you're very passionate. You're very competitive. You challenge this person who is very traditional. But guess what? You know, you're somebody that gets under their skin, and you're somebody that is, you know, getting the point across, because you have the Knight of Pentacles and you have somebody here that's following through with something you said, something you know, they made a promise, they said something, they're stepping their game up for you this week. What is the challenge? Right? The Eight of Swords. Your person doubts everything. Your person questions everything. Your person questions and projects onto you. And because I have the 5 of Wands, I can see somebody who can get angry quick. So your person may lose their shit quick and get mad because of something you say. Maybe you call them out and not realize it. You know, I had to learn. I'm an elder now, okay? As a younger Scorpio, I had to learn that not everything I say is nice, even if it's coming from the truth. It's coming from my heart, all right? It's not always nice. We see things that people are not ready to see, even as youth, when we don't know we're doing that. All right. And so this can be, you trigger somebody and you can call out their projections onto you, but they're not ready for it. All right. So they get pissed off at you. All right. So I do see that that's the challenge. And your person here gets stuck in their head. They believe they're right. And this is where I'm on your side, Scorpio. They're not right. All right. They're not right. I'm kidding. You're not. None of us are right. All right. So here's how they feel about you. 4 of Pentacles. All right. You like control. You like to control the situation. All right. Everything. You know, everything about this relationship. You want stability. And until you're feeling emotionally and financially secure, you're going to fight until you get what you want. All right. You want this, you're building something here and you want to know it feels safe, it feels grounded. Right. But they also feel like you have a hard time letting go of certain things you believe. So maybe we are having a mirror effect here, projections onto one another. They just may feel like you've got to control everything. Let's see how they view you. I see the Page of Pentacles, very caring and very hardworking and very thoughtful. All right, but they also may feel like you misunderstand them at times. And again, Scorpio, I feel like you feel like they misunderstand you because who doesn't, right? I am seeing that they really care about you. This is somebody here that also may feel like you're. I feel like you know more playful, more youthful. There could be an age difference between the two of you, but you're more curious and more open to try new things. Whereas your person here is kind of stuck in their ways. I mean, a pope is a pope, right? They're very rigid in their beliefs and very traditional. And you may be somebody that's a little bit more, I don't mind going and figuring out things. I'll go do things. I'll figure this out, work it. We'll make it happen or whatever, but they do trust you and they do care about you, and this relationship is growing between the two of you. But I do feel like this person may feel like you misunderstand them. Their actions towards you is the Two of Cups. So you're seeing somebody who's you've already got their heart. All right, you guys won each other over, but now it's getting to the bullshit. You're dealing with somebody who's challenging you, and you're challenging them. All right, so you're challenging one another. But here's the thing: is it's bringing your relationship a lot deeper. All right. So this week they could confess their feelings to you. If it's a friend, it looks like they're more than friends. They want to be more than friends. If this is a relationship you're already in, Scorpio, it just feels like somebody is, wanting to compromise. All right. Maybe they realized then you were right, but it took it a minute. And maybe the way you delivered it to them, it was harsh. All right. And I'm saying this from experience. Right? Maybe they need you to tone it back a little bit, tone it down a little bit when you call somebody out. All right. And this is hard. I get it, because when you're mad or if you're fighting with somebody, you call the shots. That's your stinger. And you don't, sometimes you got an uncontrollable stinger and that's your fault. You gotta discipline it. All right. But I do see that maybe somebody feels like you could be a little bit nicer to them for somebody, be a little bit nicer, even though you're right. All right. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? I'm seeing the Sun card. All right. So very positive energy between the two of you. All right. You guys are building trust with one another, and there's growth in this relationship. This is a journey, and this is going to be coming back to square one and not putting a lot of pressure on one another. There's growth, there's trust, there's truth coming in, and there's somebody's in love. You guys seem to be falling in love with one another, or you have unconditional love for one another. So if you're connected to an Aries, you're wearing an Aries out, but they're not giving up on this connection. All right, you are wearing them out though. They're like, oh, come on, man, another go around. You and Aries, you gotta be careful. You both are, you both rule the tower. You both, when you guys go for it, you guys are going in to demolish. You're not going in to just, I don't know. You go into battle, you go head on. All right, you guys are both very passionate, but you're a lot alike. Taurus, the Star card. All right, so if you are going through an argument or disappointment with a Taurus, the Star card is in. They see a future with you. They're hanging on. All right, they're not losing faith. Right. Gemini, I see the Eight of Pentacles. So Gemini may be acting like they're into something else or they're not paying attention, but they're very loyal to you and very committed to this connection. So if you're connected to them, don't play their games. Cancer, Eight of Cups. Cancer may be going their own way this week. It may feel like they're trying to figure out what they want. It could be a day adventure for themselves, but they might be just focusing on what is it that I really want this week. So you could have limited communication with Cancer. Leo, Page of Swords. So Leo here wanting to talk, maybe lots of communication coming in with a Leo, keeping it light. Virgo, I see the Temperance card. So Virgo here, just playing it cool. You and Virgo have a divine connection. And so one way or another, you guys will find yourself together. Things will restore balance. Libra, I see Ace of Swords. So Libra wanting to connect with you this week. So this could be a breakthrough in communication. Scorpio, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So you've got some karma coming back around, right? Maybe this is the time you can get off the wheel with somebody. You know, have we learned the lesson? Can we compromise? That's your reading today. You know, somebody wants to compromise. Somebody's saying maybe you're right, but your delivery is, you know, very competitive, very harsh at times. Teach somebody, teach them how to treat you. All right, you don't force, you just show, and creating boundaries. But it looks like you have a situation coming back around, somebody wanting to give something another chance. All right. And I have Sagittarius. I see the Nine of Pentacles. So independent, but still wanting to invest in this connection. It looks like putting more time into it this week. Capricorn, King of Cups, has deep feelings for you. You guys could connect emotionally this week, express your feelings. Aquarius, the Emperor card. So Aquarius isn't messing around. It looks like they are taking action, being responsible this week. And I see Pisces, 4 cups. So Pisces still avoiding you, acting like they're not interested. All right. I love you guys. What do you think? What do you think, TikTok? All right. I have Aries in the 8th house. I'm going out with a bang. I am going out with a fight. All right. And when you have Aries in the 8th house, I've learned that you recover quick, and that is so true. All right. It is still Sagittarius' birthday. All right. Happy birthday, Sag. All right, TikTok, I'm on Sagittarius right now. If you follow me on YouTube, you can see the whole video is live, but I am on Sag now, and we're looking at who's coming towards you. What did I put for time? All right, let's get a good shuffle. People asking to co-host and stuff. I don't know. What does that mean on TikTok? You want me to bring you on my live? Yeah. Let's see. All right, Sagittarius. All right. Who is coming towards Sagittarius? Ooh. I like that. Let's see if it comes out again. Sagittarius. Who is coming? Ooh, I left this card out. I'm putting it right in the middle. Right. Who is coming towards Sagittarius? And what's their deal? What is their deal? All right, we have Judgment as the overall energy. That's fire. It's also Scorpio, and it feels like somebody knows what they need to do. All right, that kind of energy. And look at the Justice. Somebody learning a lesson, learning many lessons. All right. Something may have happened in the past. Somebody's making a decision here to make something right. Right? Bring a balance. And this could be in their own life. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. And, I'm ready for commitment. To me, that just feels like I'm ready to make peace with things in my life. I want to live a more honest life. So can we give this a second chance? Maybe this is somebody, Sagittarius, that sees you as their second chance. I got Libra energy. Second chance at an honest life, right? If they're a bad boy, bad girl. All right. Let's see your person. 6 of Swords. So we have somebody moving on in here pretty quickly. Maybe somebody out of nowhere all of a sudden wants to move back in, right? You have somebody traveling to you. This could be somebody also that, has just been confusing you lately. And which direction are we going in? It looks like this week things are starting to clear up for you. So you'll start to see a clearing, a direction like, all right, we're on the same page here. And so if somebody has been deceiving you, has lied to you, about something, or just made you confused or, very frustrated when it comes to communication, it looks like your person is realizing, some lesson here. All right, let's just keep it at that. What's their deal though? What's their challenge right now? And I see the Eight of Cups. This is somebody that knows that they can, knows that they need to make a choice first and foremost. They need to choose one and go for it. They can't keep you in limbo. They can't keep confusing you. All right. They want happiness. This is somebody that doesn't think they deserve it though. This is somebody who's had many unhealthy relationships, and it could have been because of them, their own choices, and they're realizing it. Maybe they were living a certain lifestyle and it just caused a lot of chaos in the past. So this person decided to stay single or just keep their options open so they don't disappoint people. That's usually why I feel some people are in the Seven of Cups energy, is that reason. All right, they want it. They definitely visualize and want love in their life, but they just feel like, I haven't got it right yet. What makes it think, we're going to make it right this time? And that's why it's hard for them, and they can seem like a runner, right? But this is somebody who's clearly figuring out their direction, and they're pondering here about, actually, I want something new in my life. So this is a huge life shift, life change here. This is somebody coming to some major karmic realization of, you know what I mean? This can't be all that it is. This can't be the only way. There has to be a new way. So I love this energy that's coming through with your person. Now, how do they feel about you, view you, and their actions towards you? I see the Knight of Wands. I mean, you're good. You're ready to go. This person sees that you're feisty, you're competitive, you're very attractive. You guys have strong chemistry, but you're also very passionate and you love your freedom, Sag. That's ultimately you. This is your energy. Sag is something, something sparks your curiosity. You're going for it. You don't think twice about it. And your person may be afraid that, you might want them now, but are you gonna, when you see everything they've been through, are you gonna take off? Are you gonna go do your own thing? All right. But they see you as kind of a player energy. All right. Maybe they just feel, even if you're not, maybe you remind them of somebody that acts or is the way you are, and or you remind them of how they used to be. I don't know, but they're very drawn to you. You're very fun, very, very sexual, the energy between you. And there's no doubt that the chemistry is not there. How do they view you? The Two of Cups here. All right. They are falling in love or falling for you. The Two of Cups, you guys have a lot in common. You guys share a lot in common. You guys, you get this person to open up, is what I get. You make them feel a way they haven't felt before. They might do this to you as well too. It just feels like you guys are on the same page, right? There's something about you that they know you're not like the people in the past, but also I just got, they don't want to ruin you either. They don't want to ruin this for you, right? For some of you, I just feel like your person really does feel like they let people down. Their actions towards you, the King of Cups. I love this. So your person here, it seems like they're growing emotionally. They're actually allowing love in. And I feel like, they might be a little bit reserved with you this week, but it does look like you may get that conversation about how much somebody feels about you, because they truly have more feelings for you than they're letting on. And this is somebody that, gets, every time you guys get together or get closer, like they fall deeper in love with you. It's just that you're triggering a part of them that they haven't healed yet. And that is that they seem to disappoint people when they're in relationships, right? Or they get stuck, or something happens, or something they do, an old cycle that they can't break. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know? Five of Wands, right? Just don't force this. The person's going through a process. Don't fight this. You can't fix this. You can't fix another person's shit. I had somebody, I see some people comment these things like, I just want to heal and I want to fix them. What you're really saying is you've got to heal and you've got to fix yourself. That's, that's honestly, that's what you're saying when you put that out there, because you can't heal another person unless you're a nurse and you're healing somebody physically. When it comes to internal stuff, right, this person has to do that work themselves. And if they need your assistance, they got to be willing to open up to you, helping them. And so this is where maybe this isn't your battle to fight. Let's see Aries through Pisces. Aries, Knight of Swords. So Aries could shock you this week, right, with some communication, a new direction. Aries coming in, Aries is defensive. This can be a defensive energy. It's very headstrong, very much, this is what it is, this is what I want, but it's very direct. So it feels like you're getting direct communication from an Aries and, them making a decision finally. We have Taurus. I see the death card. So it looks like there's an ending happening with a Taurus, right? This could be something really changing, ending of a pattern, ending of a lifestyle, ending of that situation I was just talking about. So this could be where there's some major transformation happening with a Taurus, but you may find yourself separated from a Taurus right now as they're going through this process. Gemini, High Priestess. So you have a Gemini keeping tabs of you. They're listening to you. They're watching you. They're observing you. They're watching what you're doing with other people. They're keeping tabs, right? And they're noting it. So whatever that means to you, right? But they got their eye on you. Silent maybe this week. Cancer. I have Ace of Swords. Right, so we see a Cancer that wants to, talk to you and speak their truth to you, bring some clarity to the situation. Leo, the Lover's card, in love with you. You guys, you're fire. Looks like this week you're deciding to let love in. They're deciding to let love in. And it looks like you guys are building a strong bond here. I mean, there's a lot of passion and love here, emotion here. You guys, lovers, you know it. Virgo, the Nine of Wands. So Virgo is, feeling like giving up on the fight, but the good news is they're not going to give up. It does seem like they're tired, they're worn out, and they may have backed up a little bit from you. Libra, the King of Wands. So Libra knows what they want. Looks like they're taking serious action towards you this week or stepping up their game, right? That's Libra. Scorpio, Eight of Pentacles, maybe acting like they're not interested right now, but it looks like Scorpio is doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Sagittarius, also, you have somebody that may have pulled back their energy. They're at a distance, but they're the hermit, which tells me they're doing a lot of soul searching, self-reflection, and trying to figure out their next step, their next path. So you're obviously the star in their life, the light that in their life. So, you have somebody that's kind of being a little distant from you, but at the same time, the distance isn't as far as you think. Capricorn, Three of Swords. So there's a separation going on with a Capricorn here. It's not feeling good to them either. All right, whatever's going on right now, there's something serious you guys are both dealing with, learning some lessons so that you can move forward and it won't bite you in the ass later. So you are being asked to take a pause here. The separation might be too soon, and take a look at what really caused it. Some people might actually be like, well, my person cheated, that caused it. No, that was a symptom or something that happened, but it started before that. All right, there was signs that were missing, or there was things that were done or said. There's always other lessons that this card here tells me. It's not over with you and your person, but it's going to keep leading to another sword until we figure out what that lesson is. Aquarius, the Nine of Cups. I'm seeing deliciousness with this card. All right, they want you, they desire you. You guys may find yourself together this week. And Pisces, the Fool. So they're also into you. And, whatever it takes, they're going to get, they want a fresh start with you. All right, Sagittarius. All right, let's see. How's everybody doing? Waterboy, Alex. All right, I don't know what I'm doing on TikTok yet, all right? But this is my first live, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I am on Frankie's Tarot on YouTube. if you want to come hang out with me there. I'm going through Aries, through through Pisces. I am on Capricorn now. Getting ready to do Capricorn. All right. How's everybody doing in there? All right. Capricorn. All right. Who's coming towards Capricorn? All right, you have the 10 of Cups, Capricorn. Overall energy, so it feels like you and your person, or it could be family, it could be somebody you already have a relationship with, family with, but it feels like you guys are coming together this week, joining forces, deciding what's best for the future. And it looks like happy times, good times coming in, all right? So celebrating, maybe even a reunion, right? But there's growth and somebody, it seems like both of you guys see each other or see a future with one another, right? And I have the Fool card. So that tells me, though, too, that you're starting a new journey here. You're starting a new beginning with somebody, all right? And it's about not knowing exactly how everything happens, it's enjoying the journey. You have Aries energy. You also have Aquarius energy. All right, let's see. We have your person, Three of Swords, right? So they're going through something difficult right now. Right, not feeling good about something. What's the problem? I see the Queen of Swords. Something you said or an ex. Something that was said between you and this person. There was a broken heart. Some, person looks like they're heartbroken. This could be somebody who's dealing with a relationship from the past and they're heartbroken. All right. My Queen of Swords as a challenge can be an ex, somebody who's very bitter, resentful, somebody who says mean things, careless things, hurtful things, and, if it's not a past person, maybe your person feels like, they've said some things that have really hurt and it hurts them too. They may have said some things to you that weren't nice. They have a mouth. And they change their mind a lot. And it feels like your person is afraid to get hurt, to be honest with you. They've been very heartbroken for that card to be in this first position. Very heartbroken. And that person may have done a number on them. So let's see their feelings towards you and how they view you in their actions. Their feelings towards you is the Seven of Pentacles, which I love because the Seven of Pentacles, is telling me I see potential here. Maybe you are giving me some food for thought. You might be helping your person here think about another way around. Maybe they never saw a future or they thought they were done, right? They didn't think they could love again or they didn't think they could heal. But it looks like you are going through some sort of pause with somebody. Maybe you're in no contact, or you guys have just slowed down the relationship. So this is telling me, though, that this person here, something about you, that you've given them something to think about, and they have seen potential avenues that you guys can move down, you guys could build off of. How do they view you? The Five of Swords. So they may not have been honest with you or may have said something and they hurt you. And to me, it feels like you're dealing with somebody who is bitter, heartbroken, and insensitive. And they may have been insensitive to you and may have said things that really broke your heart, right? Or they deceived you. They weren't being 100% honest with you. So they may have separated, or you guys argued and they weren't being honest with you because of they're just afraid to get in a relationship again or get hurt again. That could be one of the reasons. But the other thing is your person just may have said something they don't mean, and or they wanted to win the fight. It's all about winning. It's all about getting that last word. And that sucks, you know, because now they know that they've left you feeling shitty, or, you know, they don't like how you think of them. Or when they start to, you know, reminisce or think about what they said, you know, it doesn't feel good to them. You know, I lose a friend, you know, even if that were just friends, or we were lovers, or we were in love, but at what cost did I, you know, have to win this fight, you know, or make a decision, and I hurt them knowing that it doesn't feel good to me. This is a no-win situation. Nobody won. Nobody feels good here. So it's not just you. And it could have been too that you said something. So you know, it can go either way. And so sometimes we got to self-reflect and see if it's us. You know, did we say something that was hurtful just so we could win a fight? You know, and it really, who knows? All right, so their actions towards you, you have the Two of Swords. So what this is telling me is your person can't move on. All right, this is unfinished, doesn't feel good. It feels like we've got love for each other. How do we say these things to each other? How did we come this far? Why are we here? So your person hasn't moved on. They're still kind of torn, indecisive. It's like I can't move on because it hurts more than if we, you know, just you're in limbo. It kind of feels like I know I need to make a decision, but it looks like the heart's winning here. You know, somebody here wants to heal something with you. They don't, it doesn't feel good leaving things the way it was left. Okay. What does spirit want you to know? I have the Six of Swords. So this is one of my favorite cards during this, because you're at the Five of Swords. You're going to get the truth. You're going to see movement this week. Things are going to clear up. This energy somebody left you in, right? This is going to pass. It looks like somebody here wants to take the relationship, wants to pick up the pieces and go down a different avenue. All right, so you will see movement this week. It looks like there could be travel, could be a conversation that clears things up with you. And let's see if you're connected to an Aries. Look at the Two of Wands. So they're getting ready to reach out. You know, Taurus feels like something's incomplete with the two of you. All right, we had a good time, or we get along, you know, something's there. Why am I trying to sabotage it? You know, let's move forward. All right, so you have an Aries getting ready to reach out. Taurus is in love with you, you know, but there may be somebody else in the picture too. Whenever I see, you know, other major players in this spread, it tells me that maybe there was an external influence, right? And that got in the way. But what this does tell me is that you've already got under a Taurus's skin, right? And you're growing within. The feelings are growing for you, right? So there's still something manifesting between you and a Taurus. Gemini, Three of Pentacles. So you and Gemini still working on things, you're building upon each time. Three of Pentacles talks about you guys working something out, collaborating, you know, maybe fixing something or trying to figure out how to make it work. You know, that can even be counseling for some of you, getting some help from other resources. Cancer, Queen of Wands. So Cancer's on fire this week. It looks like they're very attracted to you, coming towards you with an offer. Again, there could be somebody else influencing a Cancer as well too. All right, but they're drawn to you. Remember, the Two of Swords means making a difficult decision, which is their actions this week. So if somebody is dealing with another person, it looks like they will be making some sort of decision this week and attempting to reconnect with you. All right, Leo, I see Ace of Pentacles. So I'm seeing an offer, wanting to give you a real offer, a solid offer, right? Hopefully they follow through with it. Virgo, I see the King of Cups, also wanting to make an offer too. They are in deep. You have them hooked. You have them in love. Libra, Queen of Cups, same thing. You have a Libra's attention. They have deep feelings for you. It feels very loving between the two of you this week. You could be connecting or having an emotional communication. Scorpio, Six of Cups. Looks like Scorpio and you reconciling, are talking about the good old days. You and Scorpio have a strong connection. This could be a new Scorpio coming in also, but reconciliation. Sagittarius, I see Ace of Swords. So Sag wanted to break the silence between the two of you. Capricorn, Four of Wands. Capricorn, you have somebody coming home. You have somebody that feels like home to you, and you feel like home to them. This is an important, maybe the holidays are really getting to somebody and they're reevaluating who's important to them. Or you got people, thinking, I want that. When you're around other people, in relationships, you really want a relationship. And it feels like you have a reunion coming in, Capricorn, this week, right? Maybe somebody is moving in, right? Didn't I say that at the beginning? Aquarius, I see 10 of Pentacles. So you and Aquarius headed in the right direction. It looks like you both want long term. And Pisces, I see, there's fights going on with you and Pisces again, but I feel like you guys will fight through it, whatever it is. Just remember, you can't fix their problems. They got to fix it. All right, guys, that was Capricorn. All right, let's see. Aquarius next. Hello, thank you for liking the live. All right, I see TikTok is continuously too. It's pretty cool. My first time here, so I will get better with it. I am live on YouTube if you want to check out YouTube. Thank you for liking it and make sure to comment what you think. Well, I don't think on TikTok it stays. I think it disappears. But you can message me if you want more. All right, let's see. Aquarius at 206. Aquarius. This one went through smoothly. All right, let's see. All right, Aquarius. Who's coming towards Aquarius? Ooh, a card just flipped. I have a Tower card. All right, so something happening unexpectedly. Aries, Scorpio energy. All right, so that's what we call a huge dramatic shift. So what's going 1 minute will be different the next. All right, so there could be a surprise, a makeup, breakup, wake up. But the truth is coming up. All right, so this is a powerful energy, Aquarius, right? Finally breaking out of a construct, breaking out of a narrative, breaking out of the way something should be, breaking out of having to know a definition of something or a label, or having to know exactly how something is always working. This is breaking out of those constraints. All right, but the universe is helping too, so it's redirecting your life this week. All right, so your person, right? I do see a Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, so I am seeing a water energy. Right, somebody very loving, very creative, very nurturing, somebody very compassionate. So there could be some healing energy between you and another person this week, right? Even the Tower, it could be a wake up, it could be movement, just recovering, right? We're trying to recover from something. And look at the Nine of Swords. So underneath this, it does look like forgiveness is coming in. Right? Somebody here, if they've said something, shaken something up, if there's some regret, if there's any kind of, the Nine of Swords is somebody here wanting to speak their truth, wanting to open up, wanting to let you know that whatever went down or whatever's going down, it really bothers them, it hurts them, and they, really care about you. Whether or not you guys move on from it and go your own ways, that's fine, or you could go together. But this is saying that somebody doesn't like the way something has fallen between the two of you. They really care about you, and they may know that you guys have hurt each other. And if it isn't with you, this is your person I'm talking about. So they could be dealing with somebody that they're trying to pick up the pieces with, right? It could be a water energy, like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, so that's what that can say. So your person, 4 cups, right? Not very happy, feeling kind of down and out, right? They might not be showing you that much interest, or they're trying to avoid the situation. Maybe they've been pushing you away. You know, it looks like whatever they're going through is they're starting to shut down, right? They may feel lost, you know, at the moment with this Four of Cups, maybe reminiscent about the past. So this is an energy of if they're not saying anything, they still care. All right. This is more like I'm focusing or I'm just trying to recover or heal from this tower moment that's going on. What's their what are they up to? What's their deal? I see the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's just trying to work on themselves. All right. They're still connected. They're connected to you. They definitely have, you know, an interest in you, right? But this is somebody that's working on themselves. This is somebody that's committed to bettering themselves or rebuilding themselves after a tower, right? They could be moved or moved on from something and they're rebuilding themselves. All right. They realize that, you know, they're not happy 100%. They don't like the way things are. But it does look like your person's trying to find or fix or work on their happiness. You know, this really must have got to them, this tower moment. Something must really have broke them down. Right. So, how do they feel about you and their intentions? I mean, how they view you and their actions. So I have the Hierophant, all right, Aquarius. So, you coming in all righteous and shit. You should listen to me. I should have told you, you know, I know, right? Stuck in your own belief systems. Well, you know, Aquarius, Pluto is in Aquarius. Wouldn't surprise me if some of you are going to go through the Great Awakening. Well, you know, the Great Awakening is not easy, but once you do, you see life differently. So you may this could be a wide open waking up lesson learned this week, or you know maybe you know some sort of breaking out of old belief systems. Because your person may feel like you're stuck in your beliefs and you're always right, and you know, and always worked for you, and traditional values always worked for you. Maybe your situation isn't so traditional right now. Maybe this person that you're connecting to, you know, wants a different, you know, you want something traditional, walk down that aisle, get married, whatever. And maybe your person's like, you know, I'm committed to you, I want to work on this, but I'm not ready for that, you know. And or I see relationship different. You may just have different values about commitment. But how do they see you? Five of Cups, like they let you down, right? Or you feel let down, like you're not feeling happy or fulfilled. And this is where I'm going back now, to your person who is the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. They know they're letting you down. They feel bad about it. They feel, you know, sad. They don't like to see you sad or upset. So if they're avoiding you or trying to stay distant from you, they're trying to work on their own shit. They're trying to figure out what they want. They're not doing anything. It doesn't look like they're hanging out with anybody. It looks like they're working, doing their thing, just trying to rebuild their life. So it feels to me like your person's giving you what they can, but the way they view you is sad. You know, you're not happy with what's going on, right? Maybe you feel abandoned. Maybe you feel like, you know, your person doesn't care, the Four of Cups, because they pulled back their energy. And that's not true. This person is putting themselves first right now. And it feels like I have to, because if I don't, I'm going to hurt you or you know, keep hurting myself or other people. That's been coming through a couple times today. All right. So they know that they make you sad and you feel like they've abandoned you. And I don't feel like this part. I feel like you guys have a very strong spiritual connection with that Hierophant there. What does Spirit want you to know? The Three of Wands. All right. You're making progress with this person. There's movement with this person. Right? Maybe you're looking for a full blown commitment, or you want them to move in, or you're waiting for them and you're waiting for the next step. Well, to me, the Three of Wands is talking about, you know, you're working on the pieces, the meat of the relationship, the differences, the learning period, and you're getting everything together, and you're just not quite there yet at that next level, right? Because your person here is still rebuilding themselves, and they're not ready for, you know, carrying you through the doorway or vice versa. All right. So what for Aries to Pisces? Aries is definitely worn out. They're not giving up on you. They don't have a give up bone in their body. All right. But they're definitely tired and stressed, whatever that means to you. I don't know if the situation's wearing them out. It's too much work. You guys put a lot of pressure on each other. Or they just have pressure from life, right? But they're coming in an energy of really feeling defensive and worn out and ready to give up. All right. You guys still have another go. But right now it looks like you could be taking some space from Aries. Taurus, I see there's a lot going on between you and a Taurus. You guys seem to not get along. Can't we all just get along here? And we need somebody to make the move. We need somebody to draw the line. We need to quit trying to fight or force things and make things happen. But I do see some conflict and challenges here with your Taurus, but this doesn't mean you can't make it through this. It's just, you got to figure out what battles to pick and what not to. Gemini, I see, hold on, 4 of Wands. All right, so excuse me, I said 3 of Wands. It might be a minute before you get to the 4 of Wands, but it looks like with a Gemini, you guys might just make it to that doorway. You and Gemini, you guys both want the same thing. It's gonna happen fast. All right, looks like happiness coming your way. Cancer, the Empress, right? So it's still growing between you and Cancer. Something could manifest this week that shocks the shit out of you, which is that Tower card. All right. So, Cancer might be awakening to the connection and it could surprise you, them coming into your life. Leo, I see the King of Pentacles. So Leo working on their monies, Leo working on their future. But it looks like Leo is also being responsible and stepping up and putting more effort in this week with this connection. Virgo, 3 of Pentacles. Virgo is like, what do I need to do to fix this? Let's work on things. Looks like you and Virgo here getting along, trying to make it work. Libra, I see the King of Wands. So Libra here also taking responsibility, stepping up and wanting to connect with you. But, when we see the King, sometimes that is somebody also focusing on their future too, where's things going? So they possibly see a future with you. Scorpio, I see the High Priestess. So I see Scorpio kind of holding back, keeping quiet for a minute. They'll come out. They'll come out of hiding. Right now, they're watching you. So don't be doing anything stupid. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, guys. Right? But they got their eye on you, and they're collecting data. So Scorpios do their research beforehand. They don't stalk after. Don't waste their time after. So beforehand, they're going to make sure they got all the info they need. All right. They don't lurk after that because they're not going to start something with you if they don't have everything they need. All right. So Sagittarius, the Sun card. All right. So we're seeing happiness, a date come in with a Sagittarius, a Sag coming in to put a smile on your face. Capricorn, 8 of Swords. Capricorn's still kind of dealing with, some doubts around the connection. Maybe it feels like, we keep getting into it. We hurt each other. We project onto one another. It just seems like, there's a lot of negative energy between you and a Capricorn. Aquarius, you have the Ace of Cups. So we're seeing love pouring in for you this week. The opportunities there. So you have somebody here that you have a space in their heart. They want this. They want a new beginning. So an offer of love coming in from another Aquarius. Pisces, I see the 5 of Swords. So watch out for arguing with the Pisces this week because this is a no-win situation, which means each of you will say things until you feel like you won and nobody's winning. All right. So there could be an argument this week with Pisces. All right. And with that being said, I'm going on to Pisces. All right, guys. How's everybody in there? How's everybody holiday going? Is everybody doing their shopping and getting stuff done and so forth? All right, TikTok. I am on YouTube. If you want to see the full video, thank you for coming in. I see a lot of people have been coming in. Hopefully you are following me on TikTok. And I'm trying to go live more. I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, so I apologize for not knowing all the TikTok tools of the live stream. It's the very first live. All right, and I am doing Aries to Pisces. I am on Pisces now. Who's coming towards you, and if you want to see the other ones, you can go right now on YouTube to see them. All right. All right, Pisces. Does anybody know what a TikTok universe is? Somebody keeps sending that. All right, Pisces. Who's coming towards Pisces? All right. Well, happy times, a new beginning, the World card. All right. So I do see the 5 of Wands underneath that. So somebody's feeling pressure right now. A lot of tension going on behind the scenes. Somebody really working really hard to get to the top. All right. It's causing a lot of stress though. All right. They realize it. Somebody sees how important you are to them. All right. Let's see. Your person, Ace of Cups. All right. You definitely fill their heart, right, with joy, right? But they love you. They see something with you, or they're in love with you, but it's definitely built on love. This is somebody that's like, maybe we need to give each other some time. Maybe we need to work on spending more time. Somebody's realizing they feel this tension between the two of you. What's their problem? The Queen of Cups. Well, I can say many things. What's their problem is they can't stop thinking about you because there's your energy. You're so attractive. You're very magnetic. They're very drawn to you. Right? You're very loving your energy. Who wouldn't be attracted to you? The Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Their problem is, though, they might not know how to express their feelings to you. They may feel like you're sensitive. You're overly sensitive, especially with that 5 of Wands I was seeing. It feels like there could be things being said or arguments or tension or challenges. They find you challenging. They misunderstand your feelings. They don't always, they may just think you're sensitive, or, you might be dealing with a person here who just doesn't know how to express their feelings. There's a possibility a person is dealing with somebody else, but only if you know it. I mean, if that's true, then you know it. It's your complicated situation. All right. But it doesn't mean that has to be the problem with the reading. All right. So how do they feel about you? How do they view you and their actions towards you? How do they feel about you? The 4 of Pentacles. All right. So they know that you want security, you want consistency, you want a foundation, you want control. There's also very possessive and jealous energy here too. So somebody may make you feel that way, and they may feel that you're emotional, and they love you though. They care about you. They do. Maybe what I'm feeling is, you want more security. You want more consistency, right? How do they view you? The 5 of Cups. This guy's coming out a lot today, and I've been shuffling the shit out of these cards, right? They view you unhappy with what you're doing, whatever's going on. They feel like you're very sad and unhappy. You may numb yourself. This can be rock bottom drinking or doing whatever to avoid your feelings. Sadness. Maybe you're, just hurting. And this person may feel like you're still grieving somebody else and they're in love with you. And maybe you're still not over somebody. Let's see their actions. The 6 of Cups. Well, so your person knows you're missing them and they miss you. That's the bottom line. This is pretty cut and dry. All right, somebody does not like being away from you, but if there is a third party, all right, that's what's keeping them. They may be dealing with a jealous person. They may be dealing with, a needy person in their life, and they're feeling like, they can't give you what you need, but they want to reconcile. Now, let's take the third party out, all right, for now, because so many of you that do have that situation going on, and you know it. But for some of you that just don't, this is somebody here that doesn't express their feelings to you, that they keep you guessing, and so it makes you feel more emotional because you can't let go, you really want to know. right? You want to feel safe. You want to feel secure in this relationship, and your person doesn't tell you enough. And they often make you feel or leave you feeling upset about, there could have been an argument. Maybe you get in arguments with this person that you need more, you want more. The Five of Wands, you try to fix things, or you try to, make it happen because you're very passionate about this person, right? But they challenge you. They need to open up. And it does look like their actions towards you is the Six of Cups. So this is somebody here that may be realizing that I need to show my feelings more. I need to give more and let Pisces know that I actually really do have strong emotions for you. And maybe I'm just a jackass, right? I'm sorry if you're cross. Hey, look, I have a hard time expressing my feelings too, right? But the Six of Cups is telling me that somebody definitely has love for you, right? And really wants to make something right to you. It feels like you deserve love, and that could also be the other storyline. This person just feels like they can't give you what you need, you know? You want more, you want the world. And maybe this person feels like they don't make enough money to give you the world because the world card is the overall energy and the Five of Wands. Somebody just may feel like, they're not successful. They don't feel successful enough for you. What does Spirit want you to know? I have the Tower card. So this could be a major twist in your life this week. There could be an argument, or there has been, and somebody hurts your feelings over something, but what happens is you're getting down to the truth. You're realizing some truth in a relationship. This could be a makeup, a breakup, a wake-up call, a spiritual awakening, realizing one's truth. So this week there could be a tower moment, but tower moments, even though they can suck, they're awesome. They redirect us on the right path and they show us what we need to know. All right. So if you're connected to, there's Aries and Scorpio here, and I do have a water sign. But if you're connected to an Aries, they are showing up as a water sign. They're showing up in love with you, and they feel like you guys belong together. All right. So Aries here opening up, or showing their love to you this week, making an effort when it comes to expressing themselves. Taurus, I see Eight of Wands. So you're seeing acceleration of energy. You're seeing communication pick up with you and a Taurus. Keep in mind the Eight of Wands can be a lot of fighting and also a lot of passion. It depends on which way it goes. It can get out of hand. Gemini wants to bring security and stability to this relationship. If there's another person involved, that could be what's holding things back, but they believe that you guys will be together. Cancer, the star, same thing. Cancer feels like you guys will be together. You might be going through a tower moment with a Cancer, but they're not losing hope in this connection. You guys are getting down to the truth. Leo, Seven of Swords, hasn't been being honest with you. All right, maybe they're in denial. I don't know, maybe they're being sneaky, or they're just trying to figure out a way to get back in. I don't know. But we do see the Seven of Swords, and there can be deception there. So this week, maybe you'll get a confession. Virgo, Seven of Cups. So Virgo's in love with you. They just wonder if they can meet your expectations. Libra, Six of Swords. So Libra wanted to move forward, all right? So things could run pretty smooth with you and a Libra this week. It seems like you guys are clearing things up. Scorpio, I see the Seven of Pentacles. You and Scorpio making decisions and plans for the future, right? You might finally get a little bit of movement this week on where we're going with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, looks like you and Sagittarius celebrating some good times. A phone call, socializing, going on a date. Capricorn, I see the Emperor, so I see a big win with a Capricorn. It looks like they know what you need, what you want. So this is grounding in on a new direction. Aquarius getting ready to reach out. All right, you've already got the fire started. And Pisces, the Nine of Swords. The Pisces, you're sweating something. You're feeling like something's over, or you're just given so much of something, but you've reached your limit. It's very painful for you and another Pisces. You guys may reconcile, forgive one another, you know, that's a possibility. But it feels like you and another Pisces are not feeling very good. It's hurting both of you, losing sleep over what's happened between the two of you. So, you know, just know that if they do show up in your life this week, the Nine of Swords is showing that somebody is showing up carrying a lot of burden in their minds. I love you guys. So I am done. I will be live at 4. I'm going to change it to 4 or 4:15 with super chats if you guys want a question. That way, I'm only going to be on for a little bit today, so go ahead and get your question in there if you want a personal reading. The live stream's already up. I am going to let go of TikTok. Bye, TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please, if you can, comment or email me. That'd be great. And let me know if you liked it. Take care, you guys. All right. So, wow. All right. So, I had 213 people on TikTok. Let's see. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for modding. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. And I'm just trying TikTok. Again, I have some videos on there, but this live is longer than live streams made by 98% of creators with similar following. I have congratulations. So Archer does TikTok, and he gets a lot of his followers from there too. And so you know, he's been helping me out a lot. So I'm trying to do TikTok to see what. All right, you guys, take care. You're amazing.